because now, more than ever, video games evoke emotion in the player. For example, in Mass Effect, the player is forced to make a difficult decision regarding the companion's life. This character threatens to ruin everything you've been working for in the game as a team. You are forced to take his life, and as he attacks you or try to talk him down, inevitably the player is forced to kill the companion with great regret and sorrow. Like that, the player feels as if he could have done something different to save the virtual friend's life, creating a sense of right and wrong. In this scenario, the player builds upon their ability to rationalize the decision and understand their actions have consequences. In reference to games that are both fun and functional, Nintendo has taken a new stance. Nintendo is the originator in home consoles. They make games that are fun and functional to your mind and body. The Nintendo console, the Wii, has spawned countless games that encourage players to get up and play their games thanks to a motion-sensitive controller. For instance, if you were playing a baseball game, you would use the Wii remote like a batter's bat. Games like Nintendo's own Wii Sports have become the new age thing to do in many elderly facilities. It's very easy to get a group of older people in a room with a television and a Wii set up where they can play around golf or have a quick round of bowling. Nintendo also introduced the portable system, the DS. It's making a lot of headway in the learning sector of the gaming industry. The DS stands for dual screen, for the system's double play. The bottom screen is a touch-sensitive screen with a stylus pen. Games like Brain Age are set out to make games fun, while giving your mind a workout. Furthermore, the player begins Brain Age. He or she takes a series of short questions to figure out their brain age. The player then has the choice to play a series of math games or puzzle games dealing with word association and special relations to bring up their score or brain age. Overall, this type of visual learning is key to understanding. As James Paul G. says in his book, What Video Games Have to Teach Us About Learning and Literacy, that humans tend to readily forget information that they've received outside of context or actual use, especially if they cannot imagine such context. The DS and Brain Age together are fantastic learning tools in which you can learn to apply what you've learned as you're learning it. Nintendo is also developing other learning-based games like SAT Prep or My Spanish Coach. These more casual games are bringing a variety of people, young and old, male and female, to the gaming community. And before I finish, do you guys have any questions you'd like to ask me? Tyler?
Do most of these games come with ratings?
Yeah, they all come with ratings. There's games that are rated like E for everybody. There's games that are rated for like teen, T for teen. There's also games that are rated like M for mature, for people 18 or older. And those games you aren't allowed to buy unless you're over 18 or with parents' consent. Kevin?
Is Xbox the only system that has an online capability?
No. Xbox has the Xbox Live, which people believe that it has a better connection because you're paying for your monthly subscription. But you can also, the Nintendo Wii also has a free online community, and so does the PlayStation 3.
Nice.
When you play online with someone, do you play with the same people all the time, or always different people, or do you have teams that you form with?
Well, there's like multiple servers, and the servers are what you play the games on. Based on like the type of game that you want to enter, you are like designated to be put into a certain server, and it's not the same one every time. You might end up playing the same game with the same person like down the road, but it's very unlikely that you're gonna just get right in, like join a random game and be in the same group of people, because there's hundreds of thousands of people playing online all the time.
You have to pay for Xbox Live?
Yeah, Xbox Live, there's a monthly subscription fee where you can pay for it, like you buy a full year's prescription. But the Wii and the PlayStation 3 both have free online through Wi-Fi.
What's the age range for some of the more educational games?
Well, there really isn't an age range. Most of the educational games, like the games that come on the DS, are actually marketed toward the younger, like children. Like somebody could be 5 years old and they would be able to play Brain Age just as well as somebody that's 85 years old. Okay. As time goes on, you'll hear less and less negative stories about the world of video games and start seeing success stories. For instance, kids will overcome social anxiety due to teamwork that's been built within an online community. Or perhaps you will see a person overcome credit card debt by learning how to live their virtual life responsibly in The Sims. While there have already been several success stories about the Wii system, don't be surprised to hear many more stories surface in the near future. Similar to extracurricular activities in school settings, video games have the ability to enhance one's life through knowledge, fitness, and fun. My mission at GameStop is to spread the word on the enrichment of knowledge and values that video games have to offer. Thank you all for your time. Keep switching now.
It don't matter.
12 minutes.